everyone. How are all my Shadow Academy members doing? Hopefully everyone's having a great Sunday, rocking out Netflix, binge watching some Modern Family or whatever floats your boat, and including me as part of your Sunday lineup. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. We'll give everyone a few minutes to head over. For those of you who missed the pre-show party, we are going to be covering attacks on crAPI today. Super excited that we got Android Studio and Frida working last week, so that was fun. Next, the only thing to do is just upload an app to the Android emulator and bypass certificate pinning with Frida, which is not an entire show. It'll roughly be at the most, I would imagine, 5 or 10 minutes. So wanted to do a new show, start a new show this week by attacking crAPI, and that is because I'm actually in the process of a new project at the moment in hacking crAPI, and this show will be covering that. So hopefully all of you can see me. Let me know in the chat if you're here, because Restream is really weird because it's a protected stream on YouTube. It won't tell me how many people are listening, so I just want to make sure everyone's here. We'll give you guys a few minutes to jump on board. Everyone here? Hello? Let me jump over to YouTube. See if everyone can see me. Hello? Oh, you know what's interesting is I'm watching over on YouTube, and I can see that not even YouTube tells you how many people are watching. That's weird. What's the point of that? That is really strange. All right, cool. I'm starting to see chat messages. I just want to make sure I'm not doing a live stream to an empty room. Cool. S3, good to see you. Funky Monkey in the house. Choco Monkey, Funky Monkey. Buffered, good to see you, my friend. Tolu Walopi, Tolu Walope. All right, I'm gonna try and get your name right. Tolu Walope. Is that right? Tell me I got that right. I pride myself on being really good with names. Katie Singh, good to see you. Great to see everyone. Awesome. Yeah, so I'm super excited about today's show. Frida, we ran into some issues on the first episode of bypassing certificate pinning, as many of you know. And then to be completely honest, I have no idea why it was fixed in the second episode. So we came back, for those of you who joined us, if you recall, in the next episode, I basically blew Ubuntu away with a brand new system and then reinstalled everything, and it was fine. I think what I did was I deviated from how I installed. I don't even know. It was like I deviated from how I installed Android Studio. I have a feeling it was Android Studio because if you recall, Android Studio was core dumping in the first episode. And so I don't know what the deal was, but I installed Android Studio, Android emulator, the way I originally wrote it in my instructions, and it worked. So I don't know what the dealio was, but we fixed it. It was running by the end of the last episode. So at that point, you just need to upload an Android app to the emulator and run it with Frida, and you're good to go. I will demonstrate that. It's not a whole episode though, so that's why I'm pivoting and doing a new episode, and also because I'm in the middle of a project, so we're going to be doing live fire exercises against a live crAPI installation in this episode, which is going to be a lot of fun. And a lot of the APIs that have been breaching lately in my research, a lot of them are vulnerable to NoSQL injection. And very few people really fully understand NoSQL injection and what you can do with it. I think it's more devastating of a blow than SQL injection just because of all these things you can do with the NoSQL database. There's write-ups out there on it that talks about how much more devastating a NoSQL injection attack can be than a SQL injection attack. But um, I love it. I love using it. I love testing APIs for it. And so we're going to be talking about that today and our thought processes for how we actually go through it. So, without further ado, it's great to see all of you. Let's get started. As usual, throw your comments and your questions in the chat, and I will check back regularly. I'm going to share my screen, which means I'm going to lose my visibility into the chats that are coming in, but I will check back regularly for questions and comments. All right. Are you ready? Are you all ready? Are you sitting down? You got your coffee? You got your wine? You got your beer? All right. Let me know where some of you are hailing from. It looks like we've got several new members that just signed up and are logging in. So always glad to welcome newcomers. Great to see you. Let us know if you're new. Let us know if this is your first episode of Night Studios that you're joining. Want to welcome all of you to the family. All right, so let's get started. Let's get started. All right, so let's go with Burp Suite first. As many of you know, Burp Suite is a modular system. That's what I love about it. It is a literal Swiss Army knife to hacking web apps. You've got all of these different tabs. As many of you know, I do have a license key for Burp Suite Pro, but I want to show all of you that Burp Suite Community Edition is also possible to use, that you don't need to buy Burp Suite in order to do the attacks that we're doing. As a matter of fact, I mean, I think the biggest thing that sucks with Community Edition is not being able to save workspaces. So if you look at that here, let me just do this. I'll show all of you. So with Burp Suite Community, this is the most annoying thing that I found about the Community Edition, because I don't use any of those automated scanners and stuff like that, is you can't create projects. And I'm so OCD and methodical, and I loved having all of those different projects in Burp Suite for all of the engagements I was doing, like the law enforcement vehicle hack, all that stuff. It was all of its own projects, and it helped me stay really organized. So with the Community Edition, you can't do that. So I mean, look, it's a great tool. I love Portswigger. They're doing cool stuff. Support them if you've got the money, you know? So anyway, this is the dashboard. We're a lot of the times I'm mostly in the proxy tab and the repeater tab. These are the most common things that I use. This is my favorite thing about Burp Suite, is it actually includes a built-in Chromium browser that's automatically configured to send all of its packets to the proxy tab of Burp Suite. So I love that about Burp Suite. Absolutely love that. I don't have to screw around with proxy settings on my Mac. I don't have to do any of that. I can just do it right here, hitting this open browser button, and immediately be up and running. All right. Okay, so this is crAPI. It's running in, and you can see all of the packets already starting to fly into our proxy tab. The thing about our architecture, so I want to explain all of this to you. This is a crAPI instance that is running in AWS, in a private AWS cloud that we've got. Actually, not even private, it's public. All of you can hit this. I wanted to make that available for all of you to just sort of test along with me, if any of you are interested. So if you want to hit crAPI, you can hit it at this URL and play along with me. So I wanted to kind of make the test environment open and available to all of my Shadow Academy family members. So all of you can do this. We can do this together. All right. So here's the crAPI URL. And as you saw, it immediately started sending all the packets into Burp Suite for us to be able to have fun with. All right. So let's say, for example, we're in the middle of a penetration test. This is a live production API. This is a real client's website, and we're trying to find vulnerabilities. You're probably thinking to yourself, Alyssa, what is the first thing that you do in an API pen test? I will tell you. The first thing, as silly as this sounds, is I click on everything. I click on everything. If it gives me the chance to be able to click on it, I click on it. If it gives me the chance to view it, to edit it, to whatever, I do that. I change things. I record all the packets. I mess around in everything. If it gives me ability to create a post, this is a test post because I'm about to hack the shit out of you. Right? I do everything I can that the app supports. Okay. So if we're in the shop tab, all right, so here within our victim API, we have a store, we have a shop. So we've just, we can't click on the items we see, but we can click the buy button and immediately be, have it added to our order. Okay, so we've bought these 3 things. Now, it'll show us our past orders. Those are the last things I've bought. I bought a wheel and a seat. Now I'm going to add a coupon. All right. Now I'm going to try a coupon code Shadow Academy. Now it's telling me it's an invalid code. It's telling us it's an invalid code. All right. But what if we wanted to find out some valid codes? All right. So let's find that packet. So here we see us going to the products tab, orders, and you can see our request to the API. Now I'm getting all of you thinking right now. I'm getting all of you thinking like, just that's hacking is just nothing more than just trying different things that the developer didn't expect to receive. That's all hacking is. So I'm getting you thinking. You need to break free of the matrix, right? Break free of the matrix and think outside the box and color outside the lines and try everything. All right. So we've got our request here, and we know that submitting the coupon code Shadow Academy is returning a null response, meaning it's not valid, right? So what if we were to change this? What if we were to add our own coupon or find out what some valid coupon codes are? Now we know that the backend database is crAPI, right? And I'm sorry, the backend database is MongoDB. crAPI is the app. The backend database is MongoDB. So we know that the backend database is MongoDB. So we have the ability to try different NoSQL injection attacks against it. All right. So we know that we have the possibility to use $EQ : as an attempt, right? We can just try it. I mean, there's no harm. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? We get a null response, right? Or for some reason we DOS it and it for some reason it kills it completely. But it's unlikely, right? So we can also try $GT because that's also something, right? So $GT selects those documents where the value of the field is greater than X number, right? I kind of feel like trying $NE, first of all, because I know it works. But again, we don't know yet, and we're going through this ourselves. And that's what we're gonna try next. So I kind of want to try $NE because I want to know if the app will send me back all the coupon codes if I don't know it. So display anything that's not null, right? So not equal to null or has a value, I want you to tell me about it. All right, let me check on all of you. Make sure everyone's okay. Stop sharing my screen. Hey, Red. Hello, Atlanta. S3. Hello, Brazil. Do any of you have any questions yet about NoSQL, MongoDB, crAPI? Just let me know. Throw your comments and questions into the thingamajiggy. So we know because it's a backend DB that we can probably try, because it's MongoDB is the backend, we can probably try some of these NoSQL injection attempts. So let's go ahead and do that. So let me try, let's see, let me go back to sharing my screen. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna right click on this and I'm gonna say send to repeater. Okay, so I'm sending it to repeater because I want to be able to manipulate this, right? So if I go here, not a curly bracket. Here, let me modify that. And then we just add $NE colon null. So not equal to null. So instead of providing a value here, which was Shadow Academy, we want to just change that value to $NE or not equal to null and see if it'll execute it. Oh, hold on. Oh, I've got too many bracket thingies. All right. There you go. All right. So the web app. So what we did was we modified Shadow Academy and we took out that Shadow Academy coupon code, and instead we're sending $NE null, and it's returning to us a coupon code, right? So it looks like coupon code track 075 amount 75. Now let's try changing that. So we now have a valid coupon code, right? I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go back to my proxy tab and I'm going to send a repeater. So now we have two. There's that one that with our NoSQL injection, and then attempt number 2. And then now I'm going to put in a valid code. So track 075. All right. Send. All right. So coupon code track 075 seems to be working fine. And it gave us, I'm assuming that's not 75% off, probably $75 off. But it gives us the chance to test different coupon codes. The other idea, let's do this. Let's see if I were to modify that. Um, 075. So now we can, let me see, track 025. Okay, so that's not a valid code. So, now that we have the syntax, we can go through it and keep trying different things, different coupon codes to find something that's working. I want to say that there's a way to actually cycle through. It's not equal to track 075. There's a way to be able to. Let's try greater than. Let's see if GT. Anything greater than 1. Okay, so that works too. So $GT works. So anything greater than 0 will also return back a valid coupon code as well. So that's, when you're, let me stop sharing, sorry. When you're working through an app, what I typically do is I'll open a spreadsheet, and some of you like Funky Monk, you guys and girls have heard me say this in the past. I'll open up an Excel spreadsheet, and I will literally list every single button, every single. Now that becomes very time consuming, and it can become a very large spreadsheet very fast, depending on how many options the web app or the mobile app has that you can click on as a user. Um, but I take, even if it takes me multiple days. The most recent API pen test that I did for this large Latin American group of companies, um, their mobile app was massive. I want to say that I spent like 3 or 4 days mapping out every option, and on top of it, the fun part was it was completely in Spanish. I speak enough Spanish to be dangerous, but I struggled with it, and you have to, when I was doing penetration tests in Germany, something that got me in the middle of a pen test that I spent hours trying to troubleshoot and realize was domain administrator was in German, and that's why that wasn't working in my net use command. So you know you have to be conscious of globalization, and just making sure that if you're attacking a particular API, is it in Spanish? Is it in German? Is it in English? These are things that you need to be cognizant of. But one of the most important things here, and as many of you know, in the previous episodes, we were mainly focusing on mobile APIs. Unlike those previous classes, now we're focusing on web APIs. So this is a web API, but you can still kind of see I'm following the same modus operandi that I do in all of my API penetration tests. I'm figuring out what the developer is allowing us to do. I was able to. The developer said, made it possible for us to add a coupon code. So I did that with the web app. Now, what I typically will do is I'll actually copy and paste that request into the spreadsheet, and I'll have every single option that the web app or the mobile app will allow me to do. I'll copy and paste the API request into that spreadsheet, and then I'll just go down one by one and look for things like exposed object IDs, or in this particular case, where it's giving us the field for coupon code. We purposely submitted a code that we know wouldn't work, and then we injected a NoSQL statement in there, $any, and with the parameter of null, and said return back anything that has a value in it from the database. So you can imagine how this could be taken into other requests within the app that exposes that ID. So hopefully all of that made sense. Hopefully all of you learned something regarding NoSQL injection. But that's basically what we're doing, is we're just going through each and every option and opportunity within crAPI to test out, and then recording those if you want into a spreadsheet, or saving it within Burp Suite. Now, within Burp Suite, let me share my screen again. Within Burp Suite, we have these two tabs, right? So it's saving everything. So, I mean, I can go in here, for example. These are all of the orders, right? So send a repeater. So, I've got this. Oh, what happened? Oh, there we go. This is us sending a get workshop API orders all. And then it's basically showing all of the orders for, I'm assuming, our particular bearer token. Now, another thing you can do is, if you want to try and figure out what is being sent in that bearer token, there's a website that I've referred to all of you before called jot.io. And here you can see this jot token contains my information. So the algorithm is HS512. We have the sub, which contains my email address. Okay. And other parameters like expiration and stuff. But so assuming once you log in with a particular bearer token, it contains my information. We're asking for all my previous orders that were associated with my email address. So, I mean, unless you're gonna go in there and steal someone else's token or what have you, um, I don't like, for example, there's no object IDs exposed here for us to be able to change it to someone else's email address. It's all within that particular bearer token. Now, you could try, I don't know, removing the bearer token completely and seeing if it will let you do that. But yeah, not surprised it doesn't. But so I mean, really just flipping through every single option within crAPI, and then we'll look at the other attacks for crAPI as well. Here I'm assuming, yeah, we're adding, it looks like this is our actual order request. If you wanted to, we've got product ID and quantity exposed here. If we want to, we could send that over to repeater and see what happens if we set product ID to 3. Um, just going through here in all the packets that we've received and seeing what we're able to do. This is, I think this is the post that I made. You can try some NoSQL injection here. I've not tested that. I mean, ideally, oh, that's interesting. So what happens if we send a repeater? And change that to... Okay, so it does properly check to see if an email is registered or not. So, I mean, ideally you would go down the OWASP API security top 10 and try and find the vulnerabilities for each one. So clearly we've got a bowl of vulnerabilities somewhere in here, which is OWASP API security top 10, number 1. Again, I haven't gone beyond NoSQL injection, but you would go in here and check every possibility. So, yeah, so that's it. All right, let me stop sharing. I assume if response is JSON or XML, then an API return that. Yeah, Red, good question. Correct. Yeah. So if you see JSON is a response from the request that you send, let's say you're playing with an API you're authorized to play with. If you get a response back in JSON from the web app, it's most likely an API. Red says try 50 in place of 75. Oh, yeah, good point. Was that exposed though? Let me see. I think it was just the coupon code that was exposed. Let me check. Hold on 1 second. Generate a new one. Add coupon. Let's call it red. All right, so we have the request for red. Repeater. Coupon code red. All right, so it's a null response. Then let's see. Oh, no. Ah. Oops. It should be valid. Yeah. So we do Remember there was something where if you put in track 075, it would cycle through and give you other coupon codes. Um, oh, it's case sensitive, I think. Isn't it case sensitive? Let me check. I want to say it's case sensitive. Track 07. Okay. Coupon code track 075. It's responding with 75. Yeah, so red, we can't modify that. We can't modify that to because it's not in our request, it's the response. So I want to say, I thought there was a way you can cycle through the other coupon codes. Repeater. Track 075. crAPI is supposed to respond with the other coupon codes. Coupon code. Oops. That fingered that. Keeps returning back that one. Let me see. Let me find it. Remember, give me 1 second, everyone. Oh, you know what? I think looking at my history, I think I know what I did. Okay, hold on. Let me go back to sharing my screen so all of you can see this. I think I fat fingered it. Give me Chromium. No, give me Burp Suite. So if we go back to this one, if you recall, we were using the parameter not equal to, right? So instead of null, what if we were to do not equal to, let me see, $, not equal to, I think I did all lowercase. Track 075. Track 075. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, that was it. Okay. So yeah, you guys and girls, you need to be really careful with case sensitivity, especially when you are, because I think I did this before. So you just need to be careful, especially with coupon codes. I know coupon codes on websites, it's typically it's usually case sensitive. So here it's returning back a different coupon code. So we're saying $any. So basically anything not equal to track 075, give us it. So if we want, we could stack these coupons, right? So anything not equal to 6575, yeah, so it gives us a completely different coupon code. So yeah, so I mean you could just keep playing with it. It's really, kind of up to you, but that's NoSQL injection. So it's basically my advice if you want something to play with is, log into, you could use the crAPI installation that I've got up and running. And if all of you want, I'll copy and paste that into chat. You will have to create your own account, but feel free to use it. Just do me a favor, please don't put it on Twitter or social media. I don't need like the whole world trying to blow up our instance of crAPI. Thomas asked, and you could see if you could use that coupon code to buy something, or if expired to bypass change its expiration date. Yeah, so I mean that's where you could probably get fancy with different NoSQL injection attempts to change how the value of a coupon. But I mean in this particular instance with this NoSQL attack, I mean you're um, technically have met that challenge or that vulnerability request. The next thing would be looking for BOLA and stuff like that. So I know we're at the bottom of the hour here at 4:30, but I will see all of you in the Discord chat. If any of you find any of the other vulnerabilities in crAPI, I want to see if you can just sort of document your approach. How did you do it? What was the specific request that you sent, and what'd you do in the app. My advice to you: just play with the different buttons in the app. Try what the developer didn't expect to receive, and see if you can find those other vulnerabilities. There's 9 other vulnerabilities. So I just gave you NoSQL injection, try Bola, also broken authentication, that sort of thing. Um, yeah, let me S3. If you go to the community tab on my YouTube channel, you will see the invite. Let me also, sorry, I forgot we have some new folks here. Let me get the, let me copy and paste the Discord. Oh, shoot. Just loaded the wrong one. Give me a minute. I'll paste it here. Why is it making me log in again? Oh, God. MFA. Give me a minute, everyone. Multi-factor authentication. Alyssa Knight is using MFA? All right. I'm one of those weirdos that just uses Microsoft Authenticator. I don't use Google Authenticator. All right, here we go. Shadow Academy. Let me invite people. Copy the link. All right, everyone, here you go. I'm pasting it. Hey, Martin, good to see you. That's the Discord channel. So, if all of you want to just kind of collaborate on Discord, the different vulnerabilities in crAPI, feel free to do so. What I will do, let me know if you're okay. I don't want to spoil it for all of you. Like, let me know in message or let me know here in chat if you don't want anyone posting the challenge solutions. So, but I figure it's a great way for all of us to just sort of share knowledge and help your other fellow members with crAPI in solving these different challenges. Try and do it on your don't Google. I tried Googling. There really isn't anything written out there on solving these different challenges, but try and find them on your own without Googling. This is a great platform for you to legally try and learn how to hack APIs without having to worry about the feds knocking at your door. So feel free to continue to use it. I will tell you it may go down and up because our system administrator may be working on something or changing the containers around. The other thing is here's the other interesting thing. This attack worked with AWS WAF in place. Spoiler alert, that's coming out in my white paper. But this is another reason why you should be using API threat management solutions to secure your APIs and not WAFs. The AWS WAF let this attack through, and it worked just fine. So, but just an FYI, it may go down and up. Just try it again later for any reason it's down. But yeah, feel free. We'll consider this a Shadow Academy members only URL. Please do not give it out to your friends. Do not give it out to social media. I've set it up for all of you to also play on. So if you want one thing, please just don't look for the denial of service bug that's in it. I don't want individual members DOSing this instance and it going up and down. Yeah, and Red makes a good point. It's easy to create your own copy of crAPI. If you want to install crAPI on your own host, on your own machine in a VM, feel free to do that. It's a great way to learn. And then you can have your own instance of crAPI up and running. But if you want to, you're like me, you just kind of want to bypass that whole thing, just feel free to use mine. Just don't DOS it. And that's it. So yeah. If any of you have any questions, feel free to ping everyone in the Discord channel. That's what the Discord channel is available for, is not only just for me to be able to talk with you, but also for you to talk to each other and help each other. This is these are some of these challenges are going to be very complex. So just keep trying, don't give up. Keep working at it. Find the different articles out there for testing for broken authentication. There's write-ups out there that walk you through how to test for the different OWASP API security top 10 vulnerabilities. So that's my advice to you on homework is go out there and research how to perform a bull attack, how to perform a broken authentication attack, and then look for those within the app. All right. The next one would definitely be for you to try the bull attack. So that's it, everyone. All right. Well, I've missed you. It's good to be back. It's good to be here. Thank you very much. Oh, hello, Colorado. Warrior at the wall. You are. I'm assuming you're new. I don't recognize your username. So welcome new members. If you are new, Martin, good to see you. Yeah, Red. All right, everyone. Well, I'm going to get ready for Night Squared, which is the live stream that's happening in about 15 minutes with Mel and I. Yeah, big announcement coming. So we will see all of you there. Red, I'll tell Mel you said hi. Thanks, everyone. I love all of you. Thank you very much for joining today. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you guys on Discord until we see each other again.